but he's just a rich guy who bought his way into this little adventure for fun.
And calls Leslie Nielsen uncle,
Yeah.
which I've seen that movie.
Yeah, that's more of a late night show.
She has a framed
Museum
picture of
walls,
William
yeah.
Shakespeare, like a total nerd. Like, who's a framed
Well, we've established this.
portrait
Jessica Fletcher is a fucking nerd.
William Shakespeare?
I should have never signed that contract.
I just don't
If
even
I
know.
die, it means you get all my money. It's
I need
lunacy.
I need more turquoise belts.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Ooh,
Did you hear that
yes.
sweeping string
That,
crescendo there as she is swept up in the arms of Leslie Nielsen?
aren't we all
I
swept
mean,
up in the
yeah,
arms of Leslie Nielsen? That might be our title.
he
I think
is
you may have gotten it so
already
early.
right off the bat. Okay. He's so dreamy. He's so dreamy.
There's
Anyway,
something, you know what is funny? He's very handsome. He was very handsome as a youthful actor too, and
hmm
he very rarely plays bastards. So when you do see him as a bastard, it's so jarring. He was
yeah.
the lecherous guy in Nuts, the Barbara Streisand hooker
Oh,
movie,
yeah. Yeah.
and it's so disarming. It's so, and that I
Yeah.
guess which is what makes it so effective. But he's
Truly.
our guest tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm
Oh,
Victor
yeah.
Vaughn,
I'm petrified. And
and
this
this is in
is
fact tonight
Tonight on
on
Murder,
Murder, She
She
Wrote.
Wrote. Yeah, we're already fangirling out over Leslie Nielsen, so
You, I mean, there might
can't
be a
help
lot
it.
of that. This is Dead Man's Gold, season three, episode six, ostensibly.
Yeah. Back in Cabot
Um,
Cove.
it is, and
We're
this is
back
an
in the
interesting
Cove.
one because we don't we this is really one of our first real glimpses into Jessica having a life before Frank,
Oh, yeah.
because the only time we really talk about Jessica's life before, as it were, before fame, before writing, is her
hmm
school teacher, quiet married life with
Right.
Frank. We
We
never
think
really
she has
talk
this
about her
quaint little
being
cozy life, but in fact, she's a woman with all the feels and
in the
all the
past.
things. I mean, I love episodes like this that we get a different angle from Angela Lansbury playing Jessica, because she's
That is
usually an
fun.
outside force looking in, so she has
Mhm.
an element of separation from what's going on. But in this one, she's much more embroiled in the emotionality of it, right? Really love that.
Well, this is another situation where she has a vested interest in clearing the names of people and
hmm
figuring things out, but it's not in the direction that we're used to, which are it's
Yeah,
like a youthful indiscretion gone awry, or a former student, or a niece. This is someone from the past for her. I really think
yeah,
it's the first time, outside of perhaps, um, a larger version of that, which would, Death Stalks the Big Top, where she's
yeah,
trying to clear. We're really going in there, where
yeah.
which
That's a great example. Yeah. That's a good
season
starting
three is
place for
doing
what
that.
happens here, right, for her. She gets to really do her own, she really gets to have her own emotional journey. I cannot speak. Language,
Hmm.
words, tongue. I'm here, I swear. Um, but she gets
Lost
to
in
go
Leslie
on
Nielsen's arms again.
kind of, what can I say? Those blue sparkly eyes got me. Um, yeah, I think she behaves differently here and I really hope we highlight some of those clips, but
Sure.
I'm into it. It's a nice
So
change of pace.
we've seen Leslie Nielsen in a nautical setting before, interestingly
hmm
enough, on Murder, She Wrote. He was, of course, the captain on My Johnny Lies Over the
That's
Ocean.
right. They decided he looked
But he's
so good in that sea garb that they brought him back for another.
a returning player, as it were. We got a little moment there early on, so Jessica hasn't even like been on the scene yet, and we already see that Leslie Nielsen, our star of the
hmm
guest star of the show, is
hmm
having some sort of uh, tete-a-tete with two toughs in suits. So this is sort
Yeah.
of like I guess it's like a mafia mob thing.
There's some kind of organized crime syndicate here. He borrowed money to buy a yacht, it looks like, or maybe for other reasons, and then happens to be standing next to his brand new yacht. And they say, "Hey, you bought a yacht. That means you must have the money to pay us back 50K." So he's in some hot water.
Yeah. Well, because the idea is, I guess, he's using this yacht to then acquire the fortune that he mentioned sort
Hmm.
of nondescriptly.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. He's like, "Oh, you have a yacht. That means you can afford to give us back our $50,000." Like, no, he probably spent the $50,000 on the
The,
yacht. What makes you
you're
think that that
you're
got
you're
him
looking at the
money?
50K. What are you
Yachts
talking
don't
about?
just inherently make money, people. But
There's nothing in my
yeah,
pockets here.
yeah.
And these toughs,
So
they
he's
they come
looking
around come around from time to time, but they're to me they're kind of comic relief, even though they're not that funny. Do you know what I mean? They kind of serve that purpose in
bumbling,
this episode.
a little
Yeah.
bumbling. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not threatening. They're
No.
they're really not.
We're meant to
Um,
believe they're threatening, but we're never really threatened by them.
there's a little grabbing of lapels, but other than that,
Sure. Well, there's one scene later where they're perched precariously on a rock in the bay, and I was thinking this is such a beautiful little tableau for like an engagement photo.
oh,
No,
do you ever
no.
see Big Business where the two guys investigating turn out to be lovers? Big
No, I
Business
haven't
with
seen
Lily
that.
Tomlin and Bette Midler.
Isn't it crazy I haven't
Yeah,
seen that movie? No, I haven't seen it.
I
I
recommend
know
it.
people
It's
are pulling their hair out
interesting.
on the other side of this
Oh,
recording, but
it
some things elude
happens.
us over time.
Indeed. Indeed. We have this younger couple here, this handsome gentleman,
He is
and this,
okay.
yeah,
So many handsome gentlemen in this episode.
this is quite a few,
So
quite a
many
few.
young, handsome, brunette white guys. Really can't tell them apart, but do we need to?
It's not very much. Right now they're in a
No.
bunch of wetsuits right now, coming out of the water on a boat that's just marked Cabot Cove, which
No
where have
complaints.
you ever what boat would you don't just write Cabot Cove on a boat. You give it a
Yeah.
nautical pun.
This is one of those stock
Um,
props. They're like, throw it on. Show us
and
where
they
we are.
found this metal door contraption, and it looks like they may have found something that they can salvage, which might be of some value. We
Yeah.
haven't yet connected them to Leslie Nielsen, but this
Right.
intrepid young group is
It looks like it's made up of four divers, three guys and one girl, and then also hanging out on the boat is one of the guys' wife.
right,
Yeah.
who spends the time chewing gum and doing her nails. Very
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn and Overboard.
She's
Very
lovely, by the way. She is a beautiful girl. I know that's part of the reason she's hired for this job in this role, but
sure.
she is a beautiful girl.
And she is not a diver. We make
No,
it abundantly clear that she is not part of this project, but she is there as a hanger on, basically.
no. Oh, we finally get Jessica. There she
We
is.
get Jessica with Seth strolling down the road.
And also, look, Cabot Cove looks more complete here. It doesn't look like a quaint little fishing village. It looks like a place where people actually live all of a sudden. And I kept thinking that throughout this episode as well. It looks more plausible
Right.
than it used to.
Well, we also have this gentleman in this blue denim, and I just want to point out the weird cut here. So they're all walking across the street, and then it cuts
Hmm.
to mostly Jessica and Seth
Yeah.
still talking to him, and then it has this weird zoom, as if they needed to
Oh,
reshoot something or something was
yeah.
wrong, and they had to really use this jarring Blair Witch
Hmm. It
effect.
is. It's dizzying. Yeah. Very strange. Well, and it cuts from what's strange about it is it's this guy walking, Wizard of Oz style down the Yellow Brick Road with Jessica and Seth, but we
Mm.
don't put the camera on all of them at the same time.
I don't
It's
think the street was
very
wide
bizarre.
enough for them all to walk,
Probably
so they
not
had
for
to
the
fake it.
setup,
They
the
probably had
shot.
to
Yeah.
fake it.
I mean, look how narrow it is. We can see. So there's no
Yeah,
room.
I think they had to fake it. So that was their solution. It just
Hmm.
isn't. It's just a little sloppy for
Right.
what we're used to.
Well, and this guy in the blue, now that we brought him up, his name is Dr. Wiley Graham, played by Robert Hogan, but
Mm.
I don't really know what he does in this episode for us. I mean, he makes a few appearances and he's a doctor, obviously, but
And
we
he's
have,
not a doctor in the same sense as Seth.
right.
He's not a general practitioner. Yeah, I
He's a,
think
he's a
we
great
need
actor, by the
him.
way. He's been in a lot of
We
stuff.
need. I think we need him as an impartial viewer at one point, but
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of bearing on the plot of this episode, though.
no, just more world building.
Yeah,
Just more world building.
I guess so. You mean
Uh,
we can have two doctors in Cabot Cove, too?
and it's not part of the plot. Um,
Amazing.
Pausing just for a second here, as Seth and Tom Bosley have a little back and forth about This is such a weird little subplot that comes up both with Tom Bosley and then later again with Sheriff Mort.
Uh-huh.
Um, of Seth just parking wherever he wants, and getting tickets,
Yeah.
and then saying, "I'll take it off your next bill." I'm like, that's not how city
Oh my
government
gosh.
works,
This
Seth.
is
But
when, in general, Seth is quite a curmudgeon in this episode. And I think
yeah.
that's pretty indicative of this scene too.
Well, it's to show how different he is from our dashing Leslie Nielsen, who's about to enter the scene, take off
Hmm.
his Ray-Bans, and sweep Jessica off her feet
He just comes up
with
behind.
love is a
This is
many
wild, this
slender
scene.
thing.
He just comes up behind her, says, "Hey, Jesse," and then lays a thick one on her lips.
Not a thick one on her lips.
Come on. Look, I mean, it's right into a
It is
kiss on the
right
lips.
there.
It's so,
It's
in today's world,
does
this would be
it
so non-consensual and such a red flag, but in this, she's kind of swooned. She's kind of swept off
yeah.
her feet.
Well, it's immediately clear they have a history, as
Yeah.
we know. Let's hear this little.
Jesse?
Yes,
Jesse McGill?
yes. David. David Everett?
Yes.
No, not that music.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little on the
jeez.
nose,
It's a
but love
little
is
too
in fact
much,
a
yeah.
many splendored thing.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so we find out, well, because she immediately takes him home, because
Yeah.
wouldn't you, for
Wouldn't
some
you?
cobbler of some pie of some variety. Mhm. And now knowing her as Justin Bigelow, obviously that frames us as that's a pre-Fletcher moment,
What's that?
but that he knows her from before
Oh, yeah.
Frank years. And it seems like he was a potential suitor at one point. We meet a few of these along the way because we do find
Yeah.
out that Jessica's known quite a few men in her years.
I mean, she's quite a
Um,
dish, isn't she? So she should.
well, wasn't there in the college episode in Lovers and Other Strangers, I believe that gentleman
Yeah,
was meant to be a former flame, possible as well.
because our secretary who was the murderer was jealous of her.
Well, not just that, I think she indicates that she could have chosen him or Frank at one
Yes.
point, and that she picked Frank.
That seems to come up a lot in these old lover storylines of hers. They always reference like, could have had you, but you chose Frank. You had a good life, didn't you? Yep, sure did.
I think
It's a
because you,
little
you sort
rote
of
after
write
a while. I'm a
yourself.
little bored with it,
Yeah.
but um, it's okay.
Well, they did this with Rose in Golden
Totally.
Girls
And
because
Charlie.
they established that he was the only lover she had ever had, and then they're like, oh no, but we need to create previous possibilities for plot lines.
Yeah.
So they made her out to be something of a tease, sure, and someone who had relationships as sort of like, I guess we're meant to think of her as like the blowjob queen of St. Olaf at one point.
She is the easiest woman in this room. Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
you sort of write these sort of characters who don't have a past. You don't really have a lot to work with.
Yeah, it's true. You got to give us some
You kind of
everybody
do that
has
with all of
branches
them.
of people in their lives, right? And this is a great way to uh, honestly disarm her a bit because we don't get to see her disarmed very often. And I think of all of the episodes we've watched so far, maybe with the exception of Preston
Oh,
Giles,
sure.
um,
Because
she
he was the
really,
first after.
yeah, yeah. But here she again really kind of falls for this guy in a way that she has conversations with him that she doesn't have with other people. Appealing
Right.
to, we care about each other. I need you to talk to me. Like, don't make me another, chess piece in your game. Like,
Hmm.
be
Right.
real with me. And I love when she has those scenes because she's usually such an outside presence. Oh, here's our blonde doing her makeup on the deck of the boat again.
Oh, now we've reconnected them.
Oh, well,
Leslie
because I
Nielsen and the
think he
kids.
told us that
Hmm.
he's hired these kids to search for treasure. There's apparently a boat from 1777 that has capsized in Cabot Cove and has all sorts of gold treasure on it. Arg.
These 38-year-old college students. We aged differently in the
Oi,
80s.
oi, oi. This lady diver played by, let's see, Wendy Kilborn as Susan.
Yeah,
She was in Revenge of the Nerds as Betty.
no kidding.
Isn't that
You know, it's been
crazy?
so long since I've seen that film. I bet it has aged absolutely atrociously.
Terribly. I can't
I bet
imagine a
it has.
movie with
Oh, maybe
less
like
PC.
Porky's.
Yeah. Oh God. I've never seen Porky's. All I know is that they look through a hole in a
Yeah,
shower, and
yeah.
that's enough for me to stay away because that feels gross.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
one of our sexy young male swimmers. I almost said strippers. One of our sexy male swimmers
we wish.
has been pulled from the waters of whatever lake this is.
The
Um,
bay, the cove, wherever. Yeah.
yeah.
Because his tank wasn't working. His wife is the one who is pruning and preening on the deck. And she was like, "Where is he?" When the
Where's
rest came
Bill?
up. And they're like, "He's fine." She's like, "Go find him." And in fact, she was right. So,
I would just like to bring in. Okay, so the young people are now at Jessica's house. Can
mhm.
we just breathe in each individual fashion moment here?
Oh,
These
it's
sweaters,
brilliant. Each one
this
of them.
pantsuit, it's
This is
so.
Susan, who I mentioned, played by Wendy Kilborn, is wearing this full body fuchsia pink pantsuit with high heels. You know what it reminds me of? That
Mm,
brown pants look that Katya wore on All Stars 2. It's
sure.
got that kind of vibe to it, right?
Edgy secretarial. This is very
Yeah.
working girl, Melanie Griffith.
She looks fucking great. I
It's
love this
pretty neat. I don't
styling.
love the hair. The hair is too
No.
flat, but
Well, it's like
no
poofy on the
one.
top, but then flat and stringy on the side. Very 80s.
That belt. We have this turquoise belt here, breaking up the all that
Oh,
fuchsia.
it's hard to tell. They're both so different.
Uh-huh. Uh,
This is that belt in Miranda Priestley's office during the cerulean scene, is it not?
it's very close. It's so
Yeah.
thick. It's
It's
like
so chunky
that's a.
thick. Yeah.
I'd like to point out, Jessica.
Yeah.
We have a couple glimpses of some of the accoutrement in Jessica's house as she is her so many things on the wall. She has a framed
Museum
picture of
walls.
William
Yeah.
Shakespeare, like a total nerd. Like who has a framed
Well, we've established this.
portrait
Jessica Fletcher is a fucking
of
nerd.
William Shakespeare? That's
Who
so
has that?
generic
Good
and
grief.
specific. It's just
This is like English teacher decor, right? If you had to design a house that looked like it belonged to an English teacher, here it
it's
is, folks.
nautical. You've got the we have that same lobster. Look at that
Yeah.
same lobster, a bite of our list that Jello
Hmm.
mold on the wall that the Golden Girls have that everyone calls a penis cake.
Yes. Well,
And plates mounted to the wall. That's a certain era right there. That's a country kitchen right
oh, there's
there.
the picture of a cock. Oh, I'm sorry, a
Oh yeah.
rooster on the wall.
Mm,
An absolute necessary.
it's just very Americana,
Hmm.
you know.
I mean, I kind of dig it. I kind of love it.
I
The
love that old
kitchen does
stove
seem less
too.
brown than it used to in former seasons. I don't know what it is. That beautiful Tiffany
Oh,
lamp.
they probably redid it. They probably redid it a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I would love
yeah.
that stove. Oh, to cook on that. Brilliant. Anyway.
Oh yeah. So I mean, much of this is just sort of going back and forth. I mean, nothing
Hmm.
really of value has happened. We don't even really know what they're looking for. And meanwhile, Our Lady in Fuchsia is so bored, she's just getting drunk on half a glass of champagne.
Okay, we got to pause for a second because I have to talk
Mm.
about the social niceties or lack thereof in this episode. Jessica
Hmm.
invites Leslie Nielsen, David Everett over, and she also invites all of her or his kids, as he calls them, his
David,
divers
Billy,
over.
Kobe, and what's the lady's name? Susan?
Susan. Yep.
Susan.
So they're all over there hanging out. He goes into her cabinet and takes a bottle of champagne and opens it without asking her. First of all, uh-uh. And she's
But
like, "Champagne? Where'd you find
how
it?" "I found it
fabulous
in
is
the."
she? She just
She's
has
like,
that there.
"It's no problem. Go ahead. Drink and eat anything you like. Don't tell me about it. Why don't you steal my money while you're at it? Kill me in my sleep." It's just so strange that they just help themselves. And then not only do they help themselves and then drink all this champagne, but they get belligerently drunk and argue in her house.
There are too
It,
many people drinking the champagne for it to be that potent.
oh
I'm
my God,
sorry.
what is this champagne? Everclear?
Exactly. Like she is already just wasted and slurring.
Can we hear
And
her?
we need her to be. We need her to be. But we've seen drunk people on this show. We've seen
Yeah,
Jessica pretend to be drunk on this show. This is a performance.
it
Like
is.
it's just a little
It's a it's a big eat the scenery moment. And frankly, I don't know if she's very good at it, but
no, I think she's absolutely terrible. No disrespect to this
no
actress if she's
disrespect, because
listening.
she's awesome. She's awesome. I love her in
She's
this
doing the
episode.
job.
This is
She's
not
doing
the
her
moment
job.
for me. Can we hear
What do
her?
you
Can
think,
we
Mrs.
can we hear
Fletcher?
her? It's so wild.
Here we go.
Guest
Oh,
room that
no,
hasn't been
no.
slept in for
I
months.
would not think of
Don't
imposing.
be silly.
The neighbors are liable to start talking.
Do you really think so? Good. They think I live a very dull life chained to my typewriter.
Well, maybe just for one night. I'm sure my funds will arrive by tomorrow.
I was a damn fool
I,
to sign that partnership agreement. We all were. David, Billy, Kobe, and me. Now that we are on the brink, I mean, we're really close to finding something. Greed is rearing its ugly head. What do you think, Mrs. Fletcher?
it's just
I'm
so
sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
it's just so
It's
hammy.
real.
She's doing this thing where she like takes her arm and like swats it at the air, and she does it several times. Do
Which,
people do that when they're drunk?
only if you're a
Don't
drag or
always
burlesque
shove me out
performer.
his
I
Like
Except one.
this is so overdone to the point where it reads like our actress in Hooray for Homicide,
yes,
who's
yes,
pretending to be drunk.
yes, it
This almost
does.
seems it seems like, oh, we're meant to think she's faking it.
I thought I was for sure that she was faking it. No, this is what this woman looks like
That's
drunk.
her.
Well,
Some
and
people
then
are lightweights.
then one of her friends, is it Kobe? Kobe here, who's like, "You're being a mess. We got to get out of here." And so he kind of manhandles her out of the house. Frankly, if I were
Yeah,
Jessica, I'd be grateful, but but he's
well,
rough with
in the
her.
under the auspices that he didn't take her back to the hotel.
Yeah, of course, he's trying to take care of
So,
her because she's a mess and she's making a fool of herself.
because the
And
kids are going to
Jessica's
stay at the
really
hotel.
unsettled too. What I like about Jessica in this episode, not just the Leslie Nielsen storyline where she's vulnerable, but she's also like very bothered by the things happening around her. She's often not. But in this case, maybe because it's Leslie Nielsen, it's closer to home.
He seems like a one who got away situation.
Oh, sure.
So there's a lot of baggage.
She's making
Lot of
herself very
baggage.
vulnerable to these people coming into her home and her life right now.
She always does. I mean, she's always very generous and to a fault. Like it's a failing actually, where
Yeah.
she lets her heart a little too open
Hmm.
because she opens herself and she has to for two
Right.
reasons. One, because she has to
Right.
learn that people are bad because that's one of our narratives.
Yeah.
Um, and she gets a little tougher as the series goes on. Uh, and she's also it's a narrative thing, I guess, also because she has to learn about what they're capable of the same time that we do.
Yeah, true.
So,
She's our eyes into the situation of these people.
right, right.
Um,
So
in
Susan,
another development, I love Susan. I just love her.
well, take her in because she's not going to last much longer.
Nope. A few more moments.
She is on the side of the road,
Well, because she was driving home with Kobe and she grabbed the wheel and almost ran them
killed
off the
them.
road.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
She
they stopped the
belligerently
car.
said,
Yeah.
"I don't want to go. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it."
So she got out of the car. But he was nice to her. He gave her 20 cents for a phone call and $5 for a cab. What a gentleman.
What an era! When is the last time
Five
either of those
dollars.
things cost us?
$5 is just the Uber fee. Are you kidding?
So we leave her in her white pumps on the side of the road.
They're kind of
Jessica is,
silver colored. She's not quite a whore like that.
oh, well, I think silver's
They're
kind
kind of grayish
okay.
silver.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I think we're
She's
white
whore
once.
adjacent. They were white once. Uh,
Um, but Jessica's still up in bed reading manuscript or something, and she hears. Leslie Nielsen, leave her house.
Creeping out the door. It's kind
Which
of
means
creepy
he
when she's in
is,
her room and she can see
yeah,
him like standing outside of it and pause for a moment and then walk by.
the shadow.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of that
Ugh.
kind of ominous tone in this with Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, so we meet
Oh, here's the
again
other
our,
doctor. Yeah.
yeah, he's more of an emergency kind of guy because I
Yeah.
think
In
that's
an
what we need.
actual
We needed
hospital.
someone, which Seth has worked at before, but
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
He's a family practice guy, Seth. This other guy, he's an ER doc.
He was at the ER when everyone got botulism.
I
So
know.
they can't
Maybe
decide if
he's
he's
just
the
a busybody
coroner,
too.
if he's
Yeah.
so, I know. Or they just finally hired this guy and they,
Yeah. They got the budget for it.
uh, they needed someone outside of Seth
Yeah.
to alert them that a young lady has been found what looks like either hit by a car or right? Isn't that what we're doing
Yeah.
there?
Yep. 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 Because Susan is
And it's
dead.
her. Susan is
Susan
dead.
is dead. God rest the pink pantsuit.
And that means the last time we saw her alone, and then we saw Leslie Nielsen leave, he is added to our list of possible suspects if
Hmm.
it in fact is murder, because
Yeah.
well, that's the name of the show.
Yeah.
So
Well, and this other doctor, while talking to Seth on the phone, he also said, like, hey, just so you know, this guy, this David Everett, Leslie Nielsen guy, he's kind of a scammer. Or not, that's not exactly how they described him. It was
he's
more
cunning.
like
Yeah,
he
there's
is,
something.
frankly. He's a drifter who,
He's an
like,
opportunist,
yeah. He even says as much to Jessica several times.
a cad, if you will.
A cad. Uh, he's cooking breakfast for Jessica, and Amos walks in, and they're having like a little intimate moment.
He's fixing
Actually,
her scarf.
yeah.
Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
Yeah, I do. I just love what happens to her voice in these circumstances. She just becomes a puddle.
Treat for you. Eggs a la Everett. Had everything I needed except the ox milk.
Well, it looks divine. You're unbearably cheery this morning.
Yes, that's because I slept like a baby. The instant my head hit the
Ooh,
pillow.
she knows he's lying.
Oh,
He's fixing her scarf, and Amos turns in, and it looks like he's necking her.
Yeah, yeah. Give her a hickey. Yeah.
there.
No, it wasn't.
Your label was
He's
sticky.
such a liar.
Properly dressed. And charmingly so, if I may say.
She says like a very meek, thank you, thank you, thank you. When he's coming in to fix the tag on her blouse,
Mm.
she is really ready for another kiss in that moment.
Oh, she's swooning.
She is melting in his arms, and I would too.
Like, but she already doesn't trust him because he just lied to her face.
Yeah. I have some thoughts about this character. They're going to percolate. We'll talk about it at the end, but I think he kind of reminds me of a character from season one who we're not sure is good or evil. Any ideas?
Is it David Tolliver?
Yes. Because there's like a weird sexual magnetism between the character and Jessica, and we're not sure how dangerous he is. He's just
Hmm.
an older version of that guy.
He's who David Tolliver will eventually probably
Yeah,
become.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Sparkly eyes and
Which,
everything.
I mean, that kind of uncertainty in a person is terrifying if one
So
really
unnerving.
deconstructs it.
Yeah.
I would like to think that I have a pretty good sense of what those close to me are capable of.
Hmm.
But when the possibility, like we do this in true crime too, like we see this in like, oh, we thought this person was a family man. We thought this person was, I mean, every once in a while, I mean, actually fairly frequently, we hear, oh, he was a loner. Oh, he kept to himself or, oh, but very also just as often, I think people live double, triple lives and
Oh
you
yeah.
don't know who's chained in the basement.
Absolutely. We all have secrets.
Yeah,
Just how deep are those secrets? Ooh.
let's find out together.
Yeah, let's find out together.
Uh,
We're at the
so
crime scene.
Jessica, yeah, because Tom
I'm
Buckman
also
can't do
grateful.
anything.
Yeah.
So
Without her, no.
he
I
immediately
really
has brought it
appreciate
out.
the tape, the body tape in this case.
Yes. which is a trope, but a
Yeah.
very useful one, frankly, when it comes to something like this, because this is
This is a really
outside.
valuable place to have it. Yep.
Yeah.
They're
And
trying to
we
piece together
see,
the mechanics of like where she would have been when she was hit by a car, theoretically, or run over. I mean, they even talk about her being run over, like actually run over by a car. So she must have signs of actually being tired, right? Like
oh, well,
bulldozed by a vehicle.
or slammed into a windshield and then flipped over.
Sure,
There's a lot of
sure.
yeah, Tupper says, oh, maybe she was slumped down and he just did like she was just as a speed bump.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the uncertainty, uh
There's also a little pile of broken glass from a headlight.
a neat little pile,
A
if one
neat little
will.
pile. Yeah. And one big old piece of glass.
And it very clearly is like headlight glass.
Yeah.
As Jessica with her bare fingers picks it up.
This is evidence, bitch. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I know.
Getting those prints
Well,
all
also
over it.
it's sharp and, glass. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Tetanus, girl.
Yeah.
She went to see Seth for her shot, and now she's back
She's
with
back.
David and the kids. Oh my God, his
Uh,
name is David too.
Leslie Nielsen's character. Oh yeah, he is David Everett. Yeah, you're right. Well, what do you
Interesting.
know? What do you know?
So this is Kobe. He's the one that was driving her, is beside himself, but I don't know why he's going to get arrested in a minute. So,
Because he was the last one to see her. And
yep.
so the possibility is that somehow he smashed into her. He got her out of the car and then smashed into her because guess whose glass that matches?
Oh, his the
His.
front of his car is beat up.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
if you
mean,
hit a body, that's what the car would look like.
I don't know. Like cars
Where's the blood?
internal? Like I don't know. I don't know if you would
Maybe. Maybe it
automatically
happened so
splatter.
quickly, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Splat.
don't know
Oh
if you would
God.
automatic.
Susan
Oh, I
splatter.
mean, if you just like you don't like your body doesn't like pop if you get hit. Like it's
Sure.
just
Sure.
yeah. But it's just rough enough where it looks like he may have somehow ran her over or run into her.
Yeah. But there's still time in this episode for a nice little quaint tea scene on the boat between Jessica
Oh
and
yeah,
David.
they're just hanging out.
Oh yeah. Their chemistry is superb.
Well, she's grilling him very subtly, very
Hmm.
quietly, as she tries to figure out how he knows these young people.
Yeah. Turns out one of them,
And
Larry, played by Grant Goodeve. You know this face.
mm,
He's been on a lot of stuff over the years, but he's just a rich guy who bought his way into this little adventure for fun.
and calls Leslie Nielsen uncle,
Yeah.
which I've seen that movie.
Yeah, that's more of a late night show.
They're discussing whether or
Uh,
not Kobe killed Susan. Is that her
oh,
name? Am I thinking?
Alex. It's supposed to be Alex. Oh, Susan is the wife. Susan is
Oh,
the wife.
Susan's the
Sorry.
wife
Okay, sorry, folks. Alex is the one who's dead in the pink,
in the pink
and
fuchsia.
Susan
Okay. Was
is
doing
the
her nails.
was doing her nails. That's it. Yeah. Oh, so I said
And
earlier
her,
that Wendy Kilburn was in Revenge of the Nerds. That is not right. So sorry, Wendy. Just a little mix up. Julia Montgomery was in Revenge of the Nerds as Betty, and that's who plays Alex in the pink jumpsuit. Dead.
okay, got it.
Dead, dead, dead.
Audience, I know that
Yeah,
changed everything for you.
yeah, yeah. It's a totally
Uh,
different episode now.
well, he's dead now. Uh, so Seth has examined the body and says that no, it wasn't a car that killed her. She was hit by a blow to the head and then possibly was run over.
Right. Crunched up.
A mess. And no glass in the wound, because this is important. Remember, we've
Yeah.
seen bottle glass in the scalp of people before.
But didn't we already
We know
arrest
that
Kobe?
we have,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead. You were
Well,
saying.
because right now Seth is arguing with Tupper that maybe he shouldn't,
Yeah.
frankly.
Big surprise. Amos made a mistake.
Well,
Shocked. Hashtag.
Uh, yeah, Kobe's the only suspect, so he's still holding on to him until he gets to see the autopsy. Sure, why not?
You're saying the
Yeah.
glass thing because there's no glass in her wound,
There's no
which we've
glass in
seen.
her wound. We saw that in Lady in the Lake, which
Except the
turned out to
opposite.
be
Yeah,
right. Well, that's what I mean is that if you're going to attack somebody with something, there's going to be fragments.
absolutely. Especially
Um,
glass, something as breakable and fragile as glass.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to get fragments. I mean, I think about that every once in a while. Like, I remember watching CSI in its heyday, like the original Vegas series, and everyone was always so like, oh, and so we found fingerprints of this, and it must be. I'm like, can you imagine all of the things that we've ever touched ever that eventually became trash, that rolled out of a dumpster, that got out into the world? Like, it just doesn't seem like it could possibly be that simple.
Yeah, that's
Our DNA
true.
is on frickin' everything.
Everything. And that
But
plastic is in our bodies too. All
yeah,
that
well,
shit is in
now we're
us.
full of microplastics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My balls
Uh,
are nothing but a plastic. Girl, I can't even finish that. It's so gross.
um, a little bit back and forth with Leslie Nielsen and one of the loan sharks. It's just sort of
Well, so Larry is like,
a
I don't
means
want to
to an
be
end.
involved in a murder. I'm peacing out. That's the one who is the rich guy who just wants a little adventure. And then the toughs are like, hey, what's going on, man? Where's the money? Just it's always
Where's
the
our money?
same, right? It's always the same conversation. Gives her
It's
money.
again just a means to an end. We need something to illustrate that he's in trouble and that he's desperate and that he's capable of doing things under desperate
Hmm.
circumstances.
Yeah.
And things are going awry because now not only have they not found what they were trying to salvage, but now somebody's dead
Yeah.
and somebody in the crew may have done it. It's all just a little, you know. What is it? Okay, so what's your take on the motivation here? What's the motive for someone killing our fuchsia lady?
Well, I think what they set up is that the fewer there are when the treasure is found, the more there is to split among the survivors, right?
Okay, so it's
Because they
just a
because they
matter of
said they're in a
ratio.
contract. Yeah, if something happens, someone backs out, someone perspires, then the rest of the share is split equally between the remaining partners.
Expires, not perspires.
Did I say perspires?
I think you
Well,
did.
I'm kind of warm right now, so just projecting on her.
If
Okay.
someone perspires,
Whoops.
or make you sweat.
Perspires. I did say that. Yes.
Um,
I think that's the gist of it, right? That's what we believe the motive to be.
well,
Surprise,
this
it's
nails
not
out
really
two,
the full motive, but
but it would knock out two because then the person killing them would also remove it. So
exactly.
implicating someone else would also do the same job.
So there are three people now who can split this fortune because two are out.
Four, including, isn't it four, including Leslie? Oh, because we're going to count the husband and wife as a single.
Sure. Yep. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Sure.
As because she's not a partner, just the husband is a partner in this endeavor. She just happens to be around.
Right. So we had three handsome men, two pretty ladies, one of whom is a non-starter. One of our so that kills our pretty another pretty lady, and one of our handsome gents. So just two of the hunks
Mhm.
and Leslie Nielsen. Okay, folks, I'm just trying to make sure I keep up with everything. This is another one where there are a lot of characters, and frankly, we don't
Well,
spend a lot of time with almost any of them.
it's funny you say that. I don't think there are a lot of characters, but you're right. We don't spend enough time with the kids, particularly the men, right?
They're just a means. They're
They're
just a
just a
device
means.
to get
Kobe
Leslie Nielsen
is
here.
useless. He just had to drive a car. Uh, Larry was
Bill
just a rich kid who needed to peace out. Bill is just the one who couldn't breathe in his scuba device.
and is married to the non
Is married to
diver,
Susan. Yeah.
which
Really,
is
the women
important.
are the important players in this, which I fucking love every time. Oh, we can finally visit Bill in the hospital. This is
He's
not his
here
angle.
is not his angle. There's a lot of
No.
no's for him.
This is a lot of no's.
She,
Sorry,
however,
Bill.
looks lovely.
I know
This
Susan is
is
a dream in this beautiful purple. It's not even a special look. It just looks good on her. They're very sweet to each other. I like her.
yeah,
She has a real
newlywedish types,
gentle
right?
energy about her. Yeah. Yeah. She's very at ease, right? There's like not a
Yeah.
not a drop of tension in her body.
which is notable considering that we very frequently see like these women. We saw this with the racehorse episode and a couple other ones where these women who are very put together and
Hmm.
have this like relationship with their men. They'll
Uh-huh.
do anything for them. They'll they'll kill for them. They'll do
Kill for him.
everything they need to.
Ah. That's
It's
what happened in
this
Jessica Behind
genre.
Bars. That's how those women are all
It's,
there. Jeez.
it's this genre of not quite femme fatale because they're
I was
not
gonna say femme
loud
fatale, yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a very
they're
su-
not.
I mean, Susan is I mean, we're gonna talk about it. Susan is kind of a femme fatale, isn't she?
But she's like this interesting one because very often we group them into like whores or housewives, right?
Right. It's all
So
about sex. In this case, it's not
it's
necessarily.
not. And her motivations, because how much more do we have? We have about 17 minutes left.
Yeah.
Um, if she is in fact our killer, audience at home, I know you're watching along for the first time as you listen to
You've
us.
never seen this before.
Never seen this before. Um, she's an ingenue, but uh, she's sort of like a David Tolliver, actually.
She
She's very
is.
similar in
Yes.
that
She's
regard.
enigmatic and
Means to an
paradoxical,
end kind of
right? Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
And this show dabbles in them, but
Hmm.
not a lot. We usually
Mm-mm.
get the flashy Anne Francis or Jessica Walter
Right.
bitch types, our Trisha O'Neills, who we live for,
Sure.
or
Or
we get,
a
you
gentle
know,
ingenue. We
Alice
get
Cridge.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
I'm
this
thinking of
middle
even
ground is
in
so much more
Powder Keg, you
interesting.
know, the sister, the blonde sister. I don't remember her
Mm-hmm.
name, but it's
Mm-hmm.
very innocent, unassuming, gentle, lovely young women. We don't get a lot of complexity in,
Yeah.
well, now I hesitate to say that because I think Murder, She Wrote does female characters better than most shows on television at the time did. But we know what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
There's still like a
But
limit to the archetypes that we're given here.
right. And the thing is, what they'll do very often is they'll make those ingenues interesting by giving them depth or giving them backstory, giving
Hmm.
them something, but it doesn't make them desperate. It doesn't make them
Right,
uh, complicated in the same way.
right.
Because I think there is a difference between complex and complicated.
Totally. Oh, I actually would love to hear this scene. Jessica just walked into her house looking for David and found his coat and a gun in it. And so things are getting a little freaky around here. And so she confronts him.
That.
Why do you carry it?
Why does anyone carry those nasty little things? For protection. I can see that you don't like guns either. I'll just stow this someplace out of sight. I
She's
don't
getting
think
shades of
you're
Preston
often sure.
Giles.
Does he
Damn
have any
right.
leads on
She's like,
this girl?
Wait a minute, I've been here before.
Too bad. Such a lovely young lady.
It's not her first time at the
And a
clam
good
bake.
friend.
And a partner?
And a partner. Well, I'll put this in the car.
I also like this Bernard Herrmann sort of Vertigo music playing
It's
too. It's very
great.
nice. It's
This whole
nice.
episode has a beautiful score that's very ominous
I
in a
would
way
love
that,
them to remaster it and release the
oh,
score.
totally. Well, and in
I
a
would
way that the other
absolutely love that.
episodes with similar storylines or tones don't have the music. Um,
Yeah,
I remember thinking this is a particularly creepy Cabot Cove episode in a way.
sure.
I mean, it's all about David Everett, right? And his sort of how we don't really know what's going on inside his head, which makes him dangerous.
Yes.
I
It, you
like
know,
Leslie
it,
Nielsen as a dangerous character. I really like it. Like
yeah,
Creepshow, and
creep
because there's always
show.
a little bit of
Yeah.
humor in it too. There's always like a smile in it. There's always something that feels insidious and distrustful about him. He's really good at
Well,
it.
he goes to maniacal really well.
Hmm.
He goes like twisted really well.
Yeah.
Um, and this reminds me of there's a Hitchcock film called Suspicion with
Yeah.
Cary Grant,
Hmm.
where, very handsome, suave, debonair man, I believe it's Ingrid Bergman, is just further convinced that something's wrong with him. Like there has to be, like he keeps
Right.
showing signs that no, something's wrong with you. Um, and
Did you say it was
we
Joan Fontaine?
eventually,
It is Joan Fontaine. Yeah.
is it John Fontaine?
Yeah, Joan
I
Fontaine.
said it was Ingrid Bergman, but
Yeah,
different
Joan
Hollywood,
Fontaine.
different Hitchcock blonde.
Yep.
Um,
Love Joan Fontaine. Ugh, so good. Go
a
on.
sister of of Miss Olivia de Havilland.
Yeah, very contentious relationship they had, in
As
fact.
I, yeah. Um, so it gives me that. It reminds me of that, which is a lot of suspicion in the daylight, which is an
Hmm.
interesting device. It's a cool writing.
I agree.
It's a cool writing thing.
I agree. Well, and even like Jessica's friends, Seth, they're all sort of warning her about David. Like you don't know him now. You knew him before. You don't know him now. And they're absolutely right. She is being far too open-hearted with this man who just showed up after 35 years.
Yeah, not even a postcard. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. Literally just
Yeah.
disappeared on her and then shows up and kisses her flat on the face and then does creepy shit. I mean,
Yeah,
my
I don't know
my
anyone like
guards
that.
would be so
I, I don't know anyone like that at all.
No, not at all.
Um, so interesting here. So because of her uncertainty about Everett, um, her Watson for this episode goes back, it changes.
Hmm.
Uh, Here she's working with Seth to
Yeah.
deconstruct all of the kids. And Seth's like, well, why are you just talking about the kids? What about this David? And
She really doesn't want to
Jessica's,
confront that
she doesn't want
possibility.
to hear it.
No.
She
She
immediately
she
dismisses
literally
it and then
brushes him
shifts her
off.
eyes.
Yeah.
She shifts,
Oh, come on
no.
now. Oh, come on. No, girl. He's the one with all the flags.
And again, what are you? I mean, I know clinging to a memory is very important, and this show actually spends a lot of time doing
Yeah.
that frequently.
Hmm.
But she's so reticent. And I mean,
Yeah.
I like this part of her because again, she's such a
Me
straightforward,
too. Me
strong.
too.
The idea that she can still be fooled is good. That's good writing.
Yeah,
She
they're my
should
favorite
still
episodes.
have, yeah.
My favorite performances, I should say, from her are when she is shaken somehow.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
When she's uncertain and she's thrown, well, because it gives her range, it gives her more to
Yeah.
play with.
Yeah.
When she's sanctimonious and self-righteous, which we also get a fair shake on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, it's fun, it's entertaining, but it's not the same thing. That's Miss Marple. There's no,
True.
that's not a lead character. It's not a protagonist,
No.
frankly. That's
This show
just a
really
mystery solver.
cares about making her the lead, giving her a full life. And it's easy for this sort of serial TV to neglect doing that for a character like this, especially a female character or a woman.
Hmm.
And it's easier to pigeonhole her into just the role of crime solver. But when
Well,
you have
and it,
talent like Fletcher
right. Well,
or
and
Lansbury, I should say.
when you're playing with the hominess also we associate
Hmm.
with small town America. We like
Hmm.
this is great. Let's have a little moment here.
Yeah.
I looked in that library you told me about, and I came across this fascinating volume.
This is a history of Cabot Cove. This is not supposed to be taken out.
Well, it wasn't officially. It just sort of went for a walk with me, and it ended up here now. Jessica, will you do me a favor? Could you return that for me?
David, I want some
You don't
straight
fuck with
answers.
Jessica Fletcher when it comes to
Mm-mm.
library books.
Oh no.
I can
This is her last straw.
acting like a fool, and I don't like it. I don't like it. The fact that because I may have felt something for you a long time ago, I'm afraid to ask you the hard questions that I have to ask.
Well, if you think that there's something,
Where did you go when you left this house the night that Alex was murdered? Please, don't try to deny it, David. I heard you leave.
I went to see some people.
In the middle of the night? Armed with a gun?
The time and place was picked by them, and the gun was for protection in case they didn't see my point of view.
And who are these people?
She's she's close to him. Like
Wanted to
she's
loan a
not giving
shark.
him a chance to
Together with
wiggle out of
Hmm.
this. It's good.
No.
tide was slow. I piled up a considerable debt, but I didn't really need to use the gun because I had talked them into another deal
But do you
half the
notice how
price.
he kind of slides around her throughout this scene? Like he
Snake.
will not engage with her directly.
He's an
Bill and the
eel.
others installed them.
Yeah.
And my new partners wouldn't come up with another nickel for expenses.
The
So you had
framing
to
of
raise
this,
$10,000.
while they're talking, I'm pausing it just for a second. On
Hmm.
the mantle, Jessica and Frank,
Right behind her.
right behind her.
Well, it's
It's
an interesting
good set
juxtaposition
dressing.
because he's like a rock behind her. He's holding on to her. But in the scene, David Everett is sliding around her and will
Uh-huh.
not engage with her in that way. It's really subtle
It's
and
very
beautiful.
good.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
Very
good.
good.
Jessica, that 10,000 that you lent me, it saved my neck, not
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Jessica's
she
giving
lent
him
him
money.
10K. We forgot to mention.
for me. That's hardly unusual.
it's a motive.
What, to harm Bill and kill Alex? I may be a trifle threadbare, Jessica, but I'm not homicidal.
He would have buried them in the sand and let the tide take them.
I don't believe that
Hmm.
you are. But with all that's happened, I do think that you should talk to Sheriff Tupper.
No, 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 not possible. I have a meeting with my new partners tonight on the boat, and I wish to get there first so I can set out the ice bucket and the champagne and the caviar.
David.
She's just so flabbergasted. It's like she's just so like,
Save
I
me,
can't believe I'm here. She's
and thank you for your
But
and
you
the
know
hospitality.
what I like about
incredulity.
him?
Just walk out.
He is unrelenting. He's not going to bend or change the way he is for her either.
No, no,
He is who he is.
he's oily and he's a cad. Like he really is. He
Hmm.
really is. And that's
He's
just his.
smarmy and charming and
And he's also one of those types where it will never be enough because
absolutely.
he's not like
There's always
a
something
jewel
more
thief.
on the horizon to go to. Yeah.
Right. He's not like a jewel thief or an explorer or anything like that. Like there's not
Yeah.
even like a skill really.
No, we
He's
don't
just
know if he's good
really
at
good,
anything.
except taking advantage of people
Yeah,
and hiring people.
his skill is
He's
in
a leech.
socializing. Yeah.
He should just be a landlord. Like he doesn't know. He's not. He's a CEO. Like he's not on
And then
boots on the ground.
he kisses her gently on the cheek before he leaves. Oh my God, he's so manipulative. Oh, but so charming and handsome.
I know.
I get it. It's a
He would
currency in life, right? That's his power.
he
Is
would
his
wreck. Yeah.
good looks, charm, and savvy and shrewdness.
And being able to wiggle out of things. Like
Yeah,
again, this is David Tolliver 2.0, 5.0,
right.
frankly. Like this is someone who has not only wiggled out of things, probably has spent a night or two in jail. Charges never stick. We
Sure.
see this with a little bit more shrewdness in Dennis Stanton, a little bit in Michael Haggerty,
Yeah.
but they have actual like jobs too.
Purposes,
They actually have ethics.
objectives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. He also just put a letter in that library book that was basically like, I'm not gonna be your guy. I'm gonna peace out, but I love you. And gave her back her key.
Yeah, Rebecca Key.
What a way to go.
Well,
We still haven't seen
we
the
do
last of
have
them this episode, but uh,
yeah, we
their
we have about
relationship
five
is
minutes
so
left.
confusing to me. If I were her, I would be in a tailspin trying to deal with this man.
They are discharging
Kobe.
Kobe
Yeah.
and have made their way back to Jessica's theory that we haven't actually addressed, but Jessica believes that Alex did make a phone call. She didn't
Hmm.
have the 20 cents. She did have the $5.
In her purse
So,
when after she died, the 20 cents was gone, but the $5 was
right,
still there. So she didn't take a cab, but she used the 20 cents to call a number.
right.
There was no
So she
phone book
must
at
have
the
called
payphone, so
somebody,
she had to call a number she knew or had on her. And the only thing she had on her was her hotel key with the number of the hotel.
which she could then call and say, "Hey,
Come pick me up.
lady in purple, come pick me up."
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, Susan is our killer.
Susan.
which we kind of said earlier.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but we digress.
yeah. Well, because the husband was in the hospital, he had already been, she had already basically sabotaged her husband's.
Hmm.
She could have killed him. Uh,
Well,
she
because
she
she
uh
didn't she
she got him
sabotaged
in the
his
hospital so
gear.
he wouldn't be a suspect.
Yeah, but she didn't anticipate that when they were underwater they would separate and that the
Right.
three would emerge without him. And so that's why she was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" Because he was never supposed to die. It was just supposed to remove blame or suspicion from him
Hmm.
should a larger murder be committed in the future, because he would
And
be a target.
we never find out what the actual murder was probably going to be, how
Yeah,
she was going to do it.
yeah,
She took advantage of the fact that Alex was on the side of the road and called her,
right,
and so
right.
I think she hits her with a tire iron. We're about to flash back.
Yes, I know flashbacks are not everybody's
It's
favorite, but
no,
I
no,
love
no.
it.
It's very useful when
Hmm.
we're reconstructing a scene because it shows from their
Yeah.
perspective. Uh, Alex is there, drunk as ever, on her half glass of champagne,
Hmm.
happy to see her, and she walks over there and beats her senseless with a tire iron.
It's
It's,
crazy. I love it. I love those scenes where we see them hold the weapon and strike. It's so dramatic.
it's
Well, and it's cool for such like a gentle at ease character to be capable of such a violent act in this case.
yeah, yeah.
I do remember when I first saw this episode thinking, I'm so glad it's her and not one of the men. I'm always glad when it's a lady killer.
Particularly when it's a
Not a killer of
bludgeoning
ladies, but a lady
or
killer. Yeah.
a particularly violent. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, poor Marta, we still remember her.
Oh gosh, bludgeoned.
And bludgeoned to the point where we actually don't even see the body.
Yeah.
Um,
And
there
her
are
poor husband.
occasions, I want to say there's at least one or two times where a man really like beats the shit out of a woman, and that's rough. Yeah. Oh, actually, it would have been Marta too. Marta would have been beaten up
She
by a
was,
man
yeah. That's
in
one
that
of them.
one. So she faked the accident by smashing the
Yeah, she got
headlight
back. She wrapped the bar in a coat, smashed the headlight, took the pieces, brought them back to the crime scene.
and beat the
Theoretically,
shit out of the grill and everything too. So
oh
it actually
yeah,
looked like it had been through something. Yeah.
doesn't look like a body, but
And then
it's some.
very carefully picked up every possible piece of glass that fell in the
How?
hotel parking lot
How?
to then bring back and put in that neat little
At the
pile.
at the crime scene, there was literally glass dust there. How did
Yeah.
she collect glass dust and move it to the crime scene?
Well, therein
Okay with
lies
that
the
detail.
yeah. Yeah. She should have put
Poor
a tarp
husband,
down. You got to
he's
put a tarp
shocked.
down.
Her poor husband
This
is
reminds
shocked, can't
me
believe it.
a little bit of Willie and her husband in the
Yes,
botulism case. I did it for you. Now,
I did it for
again, not
us.
I
Yeah.
did it for us, baby. And to that end, our jockey's wife who
Yes,
says that too,
exactly.
or this sort of
At least they were in it together, her and Hector, right? In
yeah,
this case, poor, oh God, what the heck is his name? Bill. Poor Bill
Bill.
had no idea and was nearly killed because of his wife's shenanigans.
I know, I know. Which she
Um,
freely admits that that didn't go the way she planned.
what do you think of her killer confession scene?
Um,
I
I don't. I think it's a fair performance.
sure.
It's a little rushed.
Yes.
It's a little implausible in terms
Uh-huh.
of the glass dust and all that. Um, it doesn't have a it's rushed. It doesn't have enough
It's rushed.
up and down.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
wondering because I thought it was a little underwhelming too, a little wish I'd gotten more, even from her
Mm.
in her confession. She's fine in it, but I mean, I get she's not the star of the episode. Leslie Nielsen is the star of the episode, so we don't need the big scene there. We get it at
She's
the
not, and
end.
she's not calculating per
No,
se.
no.
She's kind of an amateur at this.
Yeah.
This is her first time doing anything like this, and she's
Hmm.
bad at it. And
Well, and her
that's
motive. We
fair.
were talking about her motive earlier, and it turns out that so much of her motive doesn't even seem to be about the treasure, but about the fact that all of the other divers treated her like she was vapid and dumb.
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
lesson here is, especially Alex, who was really nasty to her. We didn't really mention that at the beginning, but Alex was nasty to Susan. Um, Condescending, making implications that all she was good at is, well, what we saw her doing.
yeah.
Pruning and
Spoiled little
preening
rich
and
girl.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty little
Not
girl
even
who's
rich, but just spoiled
only
little
interested
girl.
in her looks, right? And so I think the real lesson here is don't be a mean girl because Susan will kill you.
It's our moral.
That's kind of what she
Uh,
says her reason is, isn't it? That's what she says in her confession. Like, everybody was so mean to me and thought I was so useless. Well, I'll show you. She doesn't even mention the money or the potential money that they could have. She just wanted to see that's where it kind of falls through the cracks for me. It doesn't seem like a very good motive unless the money were also a bigger part of it for her. But she doesn't seem to bring that up at all.
yeah. No, it really does seem superficial.
It's
But
superficial.
you know, people do bad things for stupid, petty,
It's
petty
true.
reasons.
It makes it more interesting in a way, for sure.
In a way, yeah. And it
Um,
also shows her youth. I mean, that's another thing
yes.
too, is it
There's a little
really
ignorance to
does.
it, right?
It's a juxtaposition to Leslie Nielsen's greed and being greedy and frankly not that successful. If you're still that greedy after 30 years, you haven't made your big score yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
It's
not
not
Thomas
working yet.
Crown.
It's
Yeah.
true.
But you've also spent all of your time where you can't do anything else because you've not developed any other abilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now all you have is that grind. Um, yeah, I think possibly one of the reasons also it kind of fails, and again, no disrespect to the actress,
Right.
I don't know if she's quite capable of these emotions. There's not a tear on her cheek.
No, she doesn't seem like
Um,
she's really present there. It's more of like a simulation of what this scene should look like. But who knows? Maybe she's a
yeah,
sociopath. She
maybe
can't.
again, but you gotta lean into that then.
Yeah,
But you
yeah, yeah,
gotta lean
yeah.
into that.
Give us a
Like
little bit of that sick and crazy.
if you're gonna zoom in that tight a shot,
Yeah.
you gotta give us
Gotta
something.
give me something.
Give me some hysteria, something, and give me
No.
some tears. Give me some, or show that you're not sorry.
Yeah.
She looks kind of sorry.
She looks well, it's interesting because she has this like kind of cool energy throughout where she doesn't move quickly. There's no tension in her body. She's just sort of floating through the episode. And then all of a sudden at the end, she sort of starts to, but it's
Mm,
unfinished. It doesn't feel complete. It feels like like a simulation of what this kind of scene would look like rather than what the scene actually would be.
yeah.
Right. And so, and again, nothing against the actor because I actually really like her in this episode. I like looking at her. I think she's really good in a lot of it. I don't think, and maybe it is a writing thing too. Maybe the writing in that scene is not the best because they saved the goods for David Everett's character. I don't know. But it feels like she's a little shortchanged in a lot of ways in that scene.
But we saw this with Deadly Lady, where it seems like a slight motivation that crumbles. And I think you could go there.
Yeah.
And some of that I think is also partially, in my view, mismanaged by the age of the cast. I
Yeah.
really think they need to be much younger. I think we
There,
really needed
yeah,
like
it's not
barely out of high
viable.
school
If we
students
could see like a
because
19,
then,
20, 21-year-old,
right,
then sort of the impulsivity of that age and sort of the
would
underdeveloped
actually be
prefrontal
tragic.
cortex and like they don't almost know any better and they don't understand the consequences to these terrible actions that they're going to take. And
That kind
so,
of vanity overtaking
yeah,
would actually,
yeah,
I think, be a lot more effective.
and plausible.
Yeah.
I would buy it more if a 19-year-old girl decided that she was being wronged rather than someone who's clearly 32. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Um,
I don't know if she was
yeah.
32. That was arbitrary, but you know what I mean.
No, but she reads 32. Like
Yeah.
she reads older. And so yeah, and I think it would actually show it probably would be actually more manipulative and probably less forgiving for an audience to deal with Leslie Nielsen if he was taking advantage of people that young.
Yeah.
But it would give him
Well,
more
he's
of
already
a thing
leaning
too.
into that, right? Like if that were the case, I would still buy it because the story has set that up that that's who he is, right? So it would have
But they
served
end
him
on a
better too.
charming moment with him.
I
They're
know.
just not willing to go there.
I kind of wish they hadn't, to be honest. I think
Go
making
gone
him more
charming?
dangerous, letting him be more dangerous at the end would have been more interesting, but they want to give him and Jesse, as he calls her, this sort of beautiful little wrap-up scene, right?
Well, let's consider this as viewers.
Yeah.
Is that just another browbeaten the men in Jessica's life, disappointing her, fucking her over, doing all of these things? Is that just another, is that piling on the character if they do that? Or is
Yeah, that's a
giving
good
them a
question.
charming, maybe if only, maybe our paths will meet again?
Hmm.
Because they don't. And I don't know if they were intending that possibly one day he might show up again.
But we know he
Um,
won't. We know he won't.
we know he won't, but
She doesn't.
we didn't necessarily know that Michael Haggerty would be back either.
Right. Oh, that's fair.
Um,
Yeah.
and we certainly didn't know that Preston Giles would eventually come back.
I think the question is like the people that she is actually intimately acquainted with, not the people that she sort of moves through their lives and solves their murders, but the people who touch her life. Like what are those men doing? Because she has
Disappointing the fuck out of
great
her, usually.
yes, she has great interactions with a lot of men in this series, right? Like the police detective in New Orleans or what's our friend Major Karzov, right? Like she
Oh, sure.
has these sort of dynamic relationships with these other men in her life, but the ones that she sort of opens the door to and lets herself be vulnerable with, they do kind of fuck her over, like you're saying.
Yeah, they take
And
advantage
so
of her vulnerability and her willingness to help them.
so we're
Um,
trying to sort of massage her wound here in this last scene, right? That's what's happening then.
yeah.
By making the David Everett character kind of an upstanding guy. He gives her 10K back and with interest, and he's happily gonna sail away into the world, and
So he's a
everything is wrapped
scoundrel,
up with a bow.
but he's not evil.
Not to her,
Well, to whom? Do you
exactly.
think, do we think that,
He's an interesting
do you,
character because we don't know where his
yeah.
loyalties really lie. It seems like he cares about her, but then he lied to her consistently throughout the episode. So I don't know. I don't really, much like the David, this is why I kept thinking of him, much like David Tolliver, I still don't know what he actually intends, especially with her. And I love that I'm wondering about it too.
Yeah.
I love that it's on my
Yeah.
mind because we're
She
still
says
talking
it,
about David Tolliver, right? So
she's
they're
like,
doing
seems
something
like you're
here.
always, it seems like you're always sailing away. There's a wistfulness that
Yeah.
is
There's,
cool.
yeah. And
That
she's
it's
like a
just,
sweet little girl at it too. She looks like a sweet little girl or a teenage girl who's about to say goodbye to her longtime crush or
yeah.
something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
very sweet.
Like they re-met at the reunion and found
Yeah.
out that he's a crumb bum, but there's still that, you know.
There's still that
Yeah,
thing.
it's it's it is interesting. There's a lot of, and I appreciate that they gave this role to someone as charming and handsome as Leslie Nielsen, as I talk a lot about
Absolutely.
how a lot of the love interests in this show tend to look like feet. Um, and so I appreciate that the casting choices. I think that that's really interesting. The the ship thing, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. I don't
No.
really care about the salvage. I don't really care about the scheme.
The treasure. I'm like,
Uh,
treasure?
I don't really
Treasure?
care about
That's really
getting.
what we're
I
doing? Treasure?
know, I
Buried
know,
fucking treasure?
I know. And we do treasure fairly frequently. I'm reminded of, well,
Yeah.
she's not in that episode a whole lot, but the one with the Szechuan dragon. Like
Hmm.
there's a little bit more intrigue and it's a little bit more Maltese Falcon. There's a little bit more, okay,
Sure.
so what's inside the suitcase, Pulp Fiction?
Right.
What we don't give a fuck about what's at the bottom of that
No.
pond.
I could they bring up that rusty piece of whatever. I'm like, throw it out. Garbage. Junk.
You know what it
Useless.
is? Garbage. Uh
Garbage.
it's just so ineffectual, and I find
Yeah,
that to be unsatisfying.
it really is.
Because it's not a MacGuffin. It's not an interesting side thing. It's just not my
Right.
bag.
Well, and
So in that
it's
way,
just
this episode falters.
they feel like it also feels like a little bit of an old idea to me. Like, where's Peg Leg Pete? If we're gonna do treasure, like go all in. It's a weird choice.
Well, and
It's just a device to create a murder circumstance. I get
it
it,
doesn't, and
but
again, this sort of like, oh, this rich kid who has who wants he's a thrill seeker, and he's like that's why he throw his money at this. He's interested. I'm like, that's sort of lazy too. Like, give me
yeah,
like
he has no other
there's no
motivation other than he's bored and wants to like
no one's excited
dive for
about this.
treasure.
There's
Only,
just not enough excitement.
frankly, the only one who seems excited is Alex, the girl who's murdered.
Yeah,
She's the one who
yeah.
seems the most invested in what's happening here, and that's why she crashes out at the party when she drinks too much very strong
Half
champagne.
glass of champagne.
Uh,
Yeah. So I think this is an uneven episode
it
in
is,
that
yeah,
regard. We also
yeah,
barely get more of the doctor as we
yeah,
pointed him out. It's
yeah.
just sort of
Does he come
I
back
hate to
again?
say
I can't even think.
he
He has
might.
very little impact, unfortunately, in which is a shame because he's a good actor, but
He's
again,
fine.
not enough to do. Most of we talked
Yeah,
you talked about how this feels like a big cast of people, and I don't think it is, but I think it feels like it because all of the attention is given to Leslie Nielsen and Angela Lansbury. This episode is
yeah,
about them.
yeah,
Everything else around
yeah.
them is just fluff.
I think it's really more that we learn about her because we don't really know much about him beyond him being a scoundrel.
Yeah.
Um, so really what this is more character building and sort of vulnerable bashing and removing her innocence that much more. I think a lot
Hmm.
of Murder She Wrote is the deconstruction of Jessica Fletcher's innocence. And I know that sounds awfully weighty for a show like this,
Wow, it sounds like an
but
essay.
I mean, isn't this what this is? This is really
Hmm.
um and how uses it to not necessarily be jaded. How
Sure.
she uses the disappointment that men give her into protecting the innocent in her life.
Right.
I think that's really the long game of this show
Right.
is
She
that all of
gets,
these
yeah.
people keep from her past unexpectedly, from her present unexpectedly, and those she meets along the way, all of these people show her the cruelty of the world she never dreamed of that she thought was only in books and how she applies that to the innocent.
Right. And she just so happened to be with a man who did not embody these qualities. And so she's been living in a bit of a,
A bubble.
well, a bubble for
Yeah.
her adult life. And it's a fast education, the education of Jessica Fletcher, right?
Well, and it shows that even those that were she was existing within this sort of like
Hmm.
idyllic setting,
Hmm.
if these people were awful now, that means there were always awful people
They were always
around.
awful people around. Those people were likely always awful too.
Hmm.
Like the football coach who kills somebody, right? Who's her buddy
Hmm.
for years and years.
Hmm.
Like Harry.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a terrible lesson to learn, but it seems like it is Jessica Fletcher. You can't really trust anybody.
Well,
But in a
and
way, it lets her build her own agency in the world as an older woman, right?
yes.
because she could
It
easily be
show it's
swallowed
about her
up by this
maturity.
cruel
It's about her
world
maturity.
once Frank is passed. But in fact, she understands how to take these lessons that she learns and build a better life around the actual world around her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it makes her cynical because even when
No.
she ends an episode like the Lila Lee episode where she just looks so
Hmm.
defeated because it's so senseless.
Hmm.
The loss of her former student who had so much potential, who made a bunch of choices that indirectly led to
Hmm.
her death
And at
because
the
of what a
hands of a
guy.
man, at the hands of a man
Mhm,
who she liked and got along
mhm,
with really well.
mhm,
So people are
mhm.
complex.
And we're gonna do this over and over and over again. Like we're just
Yeah.
gonna do this over and over and over again. Uh, we have a few bits. I mean, even the people that she really enjoys working with, like Dennis and Michael, who are these charming scoundrels that she is sort of like, oh gosh, these people again. She's
Yeah.
willing to forgive them
Yeah.
eventually.
Despite their terrible indiscretions against her.
Utter deception
Yeah.
and putting her in positions of danger.
Pretty bad shit.
Um, yeah. So I think it's yeah, I think that's really what the show is settling into as their whether or not they knew that was their premise.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're doing. And I think in that way this episode is effective. I just wish that everything else was more interesting
Yeah, I mean
for me.
the IMDb score, not that that means anything, is lower on this one than some of the others. And I understand that too, because the murder itself is not particularly interesting. The
Hmm.
relationship between her and David Everett is. And so if you're
Hmm.
watching this to explore that sort of character growth and relationship building, this is a great episode. If you're watching it for the murder plot, this is maybe one to skip, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we'll get another, our next episode is another man from Jessica's past, a newspaper editor with whom
Hmm.
she almost had a professional relationship with, not a romantic relationship.
Right.
And it shows honestly a tenderness between them that she never quite has reciprocated from Leslie
Yeah.
Nielsen's character. Leslie Nielsen is
Yes.
not capable of that. Whether or not he is there actually is something wrong with him where he cannot do that, or he
Yeah.
will not allow himself to be vulnerable. He's not tender with her.
He's too mutable and self-interested to be tender with her, but
Yeah.
he knows how to play.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if in the right circumstances he had to kill Jesse McGill,
I think he would.
or I think he would.
I think he would.
I think he would. If
Just
he had to
like
kill
David
somebody.
Tolliver.
He's not even the villain in this episode
No, he's
per
not.
se. Um, and that's not, but he's not a red herring either. He's
No.
still the most important bad guy in the episode. So, in my estimation, anyway.
I think
So,
so too. I mean,
what are your feelings?
Susan.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's okay. Susan, I agree. I don't think she really takes up the space that the real killer or villain would in another episode. Even someone who comes in at the end, like in our last episode, Mr. Wickham at the embassy, who
Mhm.
he's there the whole time, and then surprise, surprise, as the everyman, he's revealed as a killer. I think that's more
Mhm.
effective than this is here. This doesn't feel as satisfying because she's
Mhm.
there, she has quiet energy the whole time, and then when we actually find out what she's done, it's like, okay, yeah, okay,
Well,
that's
she's not
kind of a
even in
dumb
this scene.
motivation. No,
She's
she's
not even
not.
in she's not even in the scene where they all have their
Yeah,
champagne moment.
yeah,
She's not in enough of it really to even have her be
yeah,
much of a suspect.
yeah. I guess if I had a real thought is that I see we've talked about season three being uneven. I think this is a really
Mhm.
good example of that unevenness, right?
Mhm.
Because beautiful character work, kind of a lousy plot.
Yeah.
It feels like whenever someone brilliant like Leslie Nielsen comes into an episode that's not very good, I get a little
Mm.
sad for them because I feel like, if only we could have captured that performance in an episode that were better written, we would have one of the top tier episodes of this series. And Leslie Nielsen is one of the best guest stars we've had so far. That's my personal take on it. I think he owns the screen with her in a way that not many others do. Matter of fact, sometimes in this episode, I think he's actually the lead because he has such
Yeah.
presence. And so
Mhm.
it just feels like a real missed opportunity to put a brilliant Leslie Nielsen in kind of a uh, lower tier episode of the series. So
Mm,
that's one takeaway I have from it. Um, I do think that the kids are all throwaway with the exception of the women. It
mhm.
seems kind of silly to have them all, other than mechanically it makes sense for the circumstances of the murder.
We
These three
need them to
men,
be
I
that
know
many.
nothing
Yeah.
about them. I know nothing about these three characters. I can barely remember their names, these three white guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame for them too, like take up all that screen time and then not get anything to do. So I know I say that a lot, but it really does sort of irk me
Sure.
when people don't get enough to do on screen, particularly when they're skilled and you can tell that they can handle it. I don't know. So that's one of
Well,
my takeaways.
and I think we're more
Well,
forgiving of it when it's a legacy actor because we're like, it's just nice
yeah,
to see them. These are young
yeah,
kids that we don't have any,
totally
you know,
right.
history with.
I will say that Alexandra Bell, played by Julia Montgomery, that's our friend who played Betty in Revenge of the Nerds. I think she's
Mhm.
so much fun in this episode. She's some of it's not good, but it's so much fun to
It's the
watch.
fun character to
It is
play.
the
Yeah.
fun character. She gets to play the loud. I mean, even her costuming is loud, right?
Yeah.
And I love it. I love her for it.
Which is really interesting considering how she's got the bracelets and the turquoise sky blue belt, the fuchsia, and
Hmm.
yet it's the other girl who is so hung up on her looks and her such
Hmm.
and such. Like,
Right, right.
yeah, that
Alex
is
is actually
interesting.
the loud is actually the loud
Yeah.
one in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Um, so she's fun. I like her. Uh, what else? I guess that's sort of what I have from this. It's not my
And
favorite episode,
what do you
but
feel the difference between Leslie Nielsen and Jessica in Johnny versus how they interact here? Because there it's a different
he
vibe, but it's
plays,
still a little
yeah,
antagonistic.
he plays a bit of I mean, he always has kind of like a childish petulance about him, right? Like
Hmm.
I'm gonna defy you and be a little ornery. So I like that. He's the same in both roles. But in My Johnny Lives Over the Ocean, he's playing an ab dare I say this, an above deck character. He's someone who crosses his I's and dots his T's. You know what I mean? He's a professional. And
Yeah.
in a way, I don't think that role suits Leslie Nielsen, who we know through years and years of anecdotes is actually a bit of a goofball. And so something that's a little bit more mutable and free flowing like this, I think suits him best. I remember I think I even said at the time, I think he was a little wasted in that episode. I don't think he's wasted here at all.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, well, this is a little bit more to chew on. This is a little bit
Sure.
meatier. He has to play it fairly stoic.
Intentionally so, right? Yeah.
He has to play it fairly stoic in Johnny Lies Over the Ocean because
Hmm.
he's one of the roadblocks in that
Yeah.
episode. He's
Yeah.
not actually he's standing in the way of some of the solving.
Right. Well, in his particular
So,
brand, Leslie Nielsen's particular brand of like genius as a
mm,
performer is kind of inhibited by that role.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could imagine him being uh I guess sort of what do you think? Frustrated by the constraint of that role, but I could also
Yeah.
see it being an interesting challenge as well. Because you have
Sure.
to consider this is 1986, so we've already had our police squad introduction.
Hmm.
He's already become a parody of himself,
Yeah.
essentially.
What year was Naked
Um,
Gun?
Naked Gun
19
was
let's see.
well, Police Squad was 82,
Police Squad
so
was
that
2. Naked
led.
Gun came in the late 80s, I believe. Of course, when I look up, all I can find is the
I
new Naked
know,
Gun.
I know. 88, 1988.
88. So this is right in line with this. He was sort of
This
on
is
the
right
verge
before
of another huge career burst for him, right?
he was about to film Naked Gun
Yeah.
right after this.
He had
Um,
done Airplane already, though, of course. So he was already in the zeitgeist as a comedic actor. But have you really?
but he's funny in that, but he's the straight man funny in that. He
Yes,
doesn't
yes.
crack in that. He
No.
doesn't crack in that.
I don't think I
Airplane,
know anybody who can play the straight man so
genius,
humorously.
genius.
Yeah,
Yeah, genius actor. And of course, we will always remember him as Uncle Lucas from the Golden Girls
absolutely.
as well. Ready,
Of course,
Freddy.
you've heard the story about how he used to carry on a fart machine and B. Arthur hated it.
I do. Yes,
I wonder if he had the fart machine during the filming of this
during the
episode.
filming of this.
Like, was he
Body
farting,
raunchy.
and Angela Lansbury's like calls a friend B, and she's like, "This son of a bitch is playing with the fart
Doing it
machine all
all
day.
over.
What
Look
the
at him.
hell?"
Ah, who's to say? Who
Yeah.
knows? If you know, write in. Um, but
Give us
yeah,
the tea.
so good times to explore the traumatic relationship past of Jessica. We have
Sure.
more to come. And I think yeah, uneven
That's
but
a good
not fun, not unfun to watch. So
no.
at the very least we have that
Yeah.
going for us.
Yeah.
Um as I said, next up is Deadline for Murder, which is her and her newspaper man. And then
Hmm.
we have the two-part Magnum PI episode where she goes head to head with Tom Selleck.
Can't wait.
And then we go back to Capicove again for another news
Yeah.
related episode. There's a lot going on.
More
So
news. Really can't wait for the Magnum. I'm gonna grow out my chest hair just for the occasion.
ah you keep the mustache though.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And also, I will also say there's another example of the show going into her past. That actor episode where she goes back to the community theater is also in this season where we
Yeah,
learn more
yeah,
about her time, quote, before Frank. So yeah,
exactly.
they are really exploring that. They're really exploring that. So
As they should.
as they should, as they should. There's a lot going on.
Bring on
All
7 more
right.
seasons.
And then the movies.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that was what? Dead Man's Gold? What is it? What was it? Dead Man's Gold,
Dead
which
Man's Cold.
never shows up. But I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified.
and this
And this
was
was
tonight
Tonight on Murder, She
on Murder
Wrote.
She Wrote. Get your headlights checked. That's your other moral.
I should have never signed that contract.
I just don't
If
even
I
know.
die, it means you get all my money. It's
I
lunacy.
need I need more turquoise belts.
It's cerulean.
It's really